What if I told you that a mother's instinct led to the discovery of one of the most shocking baby swap cases in history? This is the incredible true story of two families whose lives were changed forever by a hospital mistake that took nearly 4 decades to uncover. In March 1978, in the small country of Moldova, Vera and Nikolai Lashter welcomed their newborn daughter into the world. They named her Tatiana, and it should have been the happiest moment of their lives. But from the very first day, Vera felt something was deeply wrong. Tatiana wasn't just a fussy baby, she was absolutely miserable. She cried non-stop, day and night. When Vera tried to feed her daughter, the child would struggle and fight against her own mother. Vera hoped this was just typical newborn adjustment, something that would pass with time, but it didn't pass. As Tatiana grew from infant to toddler to child, she remained difficult, moody, and impossible to control. What Vera didn't know was that there was a disturbing reason behind her daughter's behavior, one that would shake their family to its core. In their tight-knit Moldovan community, neighbors began to whisper. The rumors were so outrageous that Vera and Nikolai refused to even consider them. People were saying that Tatiana wasn't actually their biological daughter. They claimed that two babies had been switched at birth. It seemed impossible. How could such a massive mistake happen in a hospital? Vera and Nikolai pushed these rumors aside and focused on raising their family. Fast forward to 1999. The Lasher family was preparing for a major life change. They were leaving Moldova to start fresh in the United States. That's when a neighbor, who had been keeping a secret for over 20 years, finally decided she had to speak up. This neighbor told them about another baby born on the exact same day as Tatiana, in the same hospital. This other child had also been an unusually difficult infant, crying constantly and having the same feeding problems as Tatiana. She knew us, Nikolai later explained in a 2017 interview. She knew the other family, and she knew that both kids were having problems after the hospital. The neighbor had noticed something else, too. As the children grew up, Tatiana didn't quite resemble her family members, while the other child looked remarkably similar to the Lasheter family. Before leaving for America, Vera and Nikolai tried desperately to find this other family, but they had no luck. However, they never gave up hope. Every time they visited Moldova, they continued searching for answers. Then, in August 2017, nearly 40 years after Tatiana's birth, there was a major breakthrough. Tatiana, now in her 30s, and her sister Victoria discovered the power of social media. Using Facebook and other social platforms, the sisters learned that the other child from the neighbor's story was named Valentina Sumon. Not only did they find her name, they found her online profile. When Tatiana and Valentina connected and began sharing their stories, they confirmed what everyone had suspected. They were born on the same day, March 27, 1978, in the same hospital room. Then they exchanged photographs. Tatiana couldn't believe what she was seeing. Valentina looked exactly like her own family members. Vera's son Anatoly still vividly remembers the moment of discovery. His mother called him over to her laptop, which displayed two baby photos side by side. She pointed at one photo and asked me to tell her who it was, Anatoly recalled. I told her it was Victoria, my younger sister. It looked just like her. But the photo wasn't Victoria at all. It was Valentina as a baby. The resemblance was so striking that there was no doubt in their minds. We knew in our hearts that Valentina was our sister, Anatoly said. She looked exactly like my younger sister. There was only one way to confirm what both families now believed to be true. In October 2017, both families were invited to appear on a Russian television show to share their incredible story. While there, they would undergo DNA testing to prove once and for all whether the babies had indeed been switched at birth. When Tatiana and Valentina met for the first time, the moment was overwhelming. It was the first time we had the opportunity to see our birth sister Valentina and hug each other, Anatoly said. We cried together. The DNA results surprised absolutely no one. The test confirmed what their hearts had known all along. So, what exactly happened on that fateful day in March 1978? The truth was surprisingly simple and terrifyingly easy to imagine. Matter of fact, both mothers were sharing the same hospital room when they gave birth. The two baby girls were taken away to be bathed and cleaned. When the nurses brought the babies back, they were accidentally given to the wrong mothers. And somehow, incredibly, no one noticed the mistake. Since reuniting with her biological parents, Valentina has become an integral part of the Lashtur family. Her 16-year-old daughter regularly visits her newfound grandparents, and Valentina has even become a surrogate mother to one of her new nephews. Perhaps most remarkably, neither family had any intention of suing the hospital for this colossal mistake. Instead of anger or resentment, they felt pure joy that the truth had finally come to light. Anatoly has grown so close to his newly discovered biological sister that he's currently making plans to help Valentina move from Moldova to the United States so she can be closer to her birth family. But what about Tatiana, the sister he'd grown up with? Anatoly's love for her hasn't changed one bit. "I talked to her and told her that nothing changes between us," he said. "The only difference is that I gained a sister. We are brother and sister. We love her, and nothing is ever going to change that." This incredible story raises questions that might keep you awake at night. How many other families might be living with switched children without ever knowing? How strong is a mother's instinct when she feels something isn't quite right? But more than anything, this story is a testament to the power of persistence, the importance of listening to our instincts, and the incredible capacity of families to love unconditionally. After 40 years of questions, two families finally have their answers, and instead of having one family each, they now have two families. Twice the love, twice the support, and twice the happiness. Sometimes the most beautiful stories come from the most unexpected mistakes.